Has been told about the Chicago Sky, bro. Just like I told y'all days ago, bro. This whole thing was fabricated and it was a lie. There has been lies told about the Indiana Fever fan base. Guys, for this one here.
Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're fine with everything.
Angel Reese said racial slurs were thrown at her during a Fever game, but her coach didn't even know about it? What's going on here? Dive into the controversy surrounding these shocking claims and the unexpected response from Chicago Sky head coach Tyler Marsh. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Tyler Marsh, as a coach for the Chicago Sky, holds a core responsibility to back his players, especially in tough situations.
And so, again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
And just a quick follow-up on it, just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team.
When did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, that's kind of.
Were you learning this throughout the game or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing game plan wise against Indiana.
So, when Angel Reese revealed she faced racial slurs during a game against the Fever, many couldn't help but wonder, how could Marsh not know? Coaches are typically the first line of support for their team. They're right there on the sidelines, reading everything from body language to the tone of the crowd. Marsh's job isn't just about drawing up plays, it's about ensuring his players can perform in a protected environment. And yet, when asked about Reese's claims, he said he wasn't aware until later. Here's how he explained it. "I think what everyone else did, we heard about." That's his actual quote. It's vague, right? Did he mean he heard the accusations after the fact? Or was there some moment in the game that stayed unnoticed by him and the Sky staff entirely? It raises eyebrows because, in most cases, coaches act like first responders when something goes wrong for a player.
He just closed the investigation. He just destroyed it. Guys, this is bad, 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 bad. For that said person, I'm going to say Angel Reese. Tyler Marsh just confirmed. I didn't hear about this thing until y'all heard about it. How is you the head coach? You didn't hear about anything because nothing ever happened. Because she too spoke to the media today, and she too is still claiming, allegedly, that she was being harassed, bruh. That people was targeting her, bruh.
If a player claims harassment, the coach's natural instinct is to address it on the spot, rallying the team and making sure things stop immediately. Is it plausible that Marsh didn't catch any signs from Reese or the environment during the game? And then there's the way this situation intersects with league protocol. The WNBA has clear procedures for reporting incidents of harassment. Teams are supposed to flag these issues to officials during or immediately after the game, kickstarting an internal investigation. Reese's claims were handled later, with the WNBA conducting its probe. But why wasn't anything reported earlier that night? Maybe Marsh's statement speaks to that delay, or maybe it doesn't, but his lack of awareness does make the timeline murkier. If Marsh didn't step in, either he and his staff missed a major problem in real time, or the harassment might not have been apparent the way Reese described it.
From so many people across this league and being able to support me and going through this whole process, obviously it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us. Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA and our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear.
It adds complexity to the entire story. But could this boil down to something deeper than racial harassment? Maybe what we're seeing isn't only about what was said at a game, but something much larger. Imagine this. What if the real story here isn't about race at all, but about an unforgettable rivalry that's dominated headlines?
When RG3 jumps on to the hate train or to the angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they poured on to Angel Reese to make her the villain.
But everyone's still talking. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, racism. Ryan Clark made a video attacking RG3 the other day. In the process, name dropped me and Keith Olbermann, which is the biggest insult of all time.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are two of the most talked about players in basketball right now, and the tension between them has been building for years. Dave Portnoy has a theory about this whole situation, one that shifts the focus entirely away from race. According to him, the drama isn't about systemic issues in the league. It's about behaviors, personalities, and a rivalry that just won't quit. Portnoy didn't hold back when talking about Reese, saying, "Caitlin Clark fans have every reason to hate Angel Reese. It's because she's been a jackass for the last 3 years." Strong words, right? But he's pointing to specific examples that back this up. Think about Reese's taunting of Clark after the NCAA championship game. That was one of the most replayed moments of the season. It wasn't just a quick gesture. Reese made it a show. Then there are the claims from fans and commentators that Clark receives preferential treatment in media coverage, which Reese herself has hinted at time and again. This didn't just start overnight. What makes this rivalry so fascinating is how Reese seems to thrive as the villain. She leans into it, embracing the role with her actions on court, her press conferences, and even her online presence. It's the classic bad guy persona that sports love, and it couldn't be more different from Clark's approach. Portnoy sees Clark as someone who lets her game do the talking, someone whose notoriety comes from pure skill and performance. If you stack these two personalities side by side, it's easy to see why fans have picked sides with such intensity. But here's where things get messy. By framing this latest controversy as an issue of racial harassment, is Reese distracting from her role in stoking the rivalry? Portnoy's perspective suggests the focus on race almost overshadows what this might really be about. Two stars whose clashes fuel the storylines fans can't get enough of. At the heart of it, maybe it's the rivalry itself, and Reese's role in shaping it that's driving all of this attention. And that changes the way we look at everything unfolding. At its core, this controversy isn't just about what was said. It's about the stories we choose to believe and why they stick with us. Tyler Marsh's claim of being unaware raises doubts, but it also reflects how these narratives often overshadow the truth. Is this really about racial harassment, or is it just another chapter of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark's rivalry? So, what's your take? Does Marsh's response weaken Reese's claims,